Good evening, traders and investors. Good to see you here. My name is Alex from MarketWise Asia. So today it is the 9th of September 2022. As usual, it is also a Friday evening. Thank you so much for being here and being on time today. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please say a hi to me in the comments or in the chat. This session is broadcasted to both YouTube and also on Facebook as well. So I'm friendly, I don't bite. So please say a hi to me in the chat or comments. So Friday evening, so I hope you guys are having a enjoyable and a good evening and staying with me to hear my Facebook Live, okay? So let me take a look at the comments right now. So hello, Dave, Kenny, Pei Wen, Juki, CJ, Henry, Pauline, Pat, Valerie, Hadley, Mark, Lawrence, SB, Kong, okay, Forrest, Cynthia, Amanda, Susili, Tianling, okay, Christopher, all right. So thank you so much for being here, okay? So so before I kickstart this session, right, once again, please give me a like, share, or comment. Liking is free, doesn't cost you money. Like, okay? Liking is free, doesn't cost you money, but it helps you and also, benefit you in a way that it tells YouTube and Facebook algo that you want to see more of MarketWise Asia content in the future. Because if you don't interact with me, okay, not even giving me a like, right, Facebook or YouTube think that you're not interested in our content, and subsequently, next time they will stop showing you our, Facebook feed on your page already. So please give us a like, share, or comments, and if you could just give us a share as well. Hello, Danny, long time no see. Faith, Emran, Pauline, okay, Mary. So let's kickstart this session right now. Let me share my screen so you guys can see my screen, right? So right now we have about 120 people in the room, both on YouTube and also on Facebook. So I believe there'll be more who will be streaming in. So as usual, first disclaimer, whatever I share today, it is just for education and information purpose. It is not a recommendation to tell you what to buy or what to sell. So please do your own due diligence. Alex, might be wrong, so please don't copy me. All right. So my opinion doesn't mean that I'm right. So please do your own due diligence. So with that, okay, we can kickstart this proper session. And before I really go into this, once again, a very quick announcement over here. We have the Market Insights Virtual Summit, okay, that's coming up soon, okay, on the 29th and 30th of October. You can see the link on the screen, right? So I'll post the link in the comments and also in the chat, okay? So this is the link over here. We have Tom Basso as our keynote speakers, okay? So Tom Basso is an American hedge fund and he's also the original market wizard, and I think many of you here should be familiar with him. Okay, he's going to talk about the all-weather portfolio for the last lap of 2022. This is going to be our last summit for this year. So pre-register your interest right now. Very simple. Head over to the link and you'll get exclusive bonus materials and report, and I will send to you way earlier than the rest of the other people. Okay, so very simple. Head over to the link, register now, key in your name, email, and mobile, and you are good to go. Once again, for those who just joined us over here, I will post the link in the chat box over here. All right, so in case you just joined us over here, and also Telegram and also a YouTube channel, do subscribe to our Telegram and YouTube channel. So I also post a link in the chat. So just want to let you know in various different channels, in case you're not on Telegram, at least you are able to get hold of us on Facebook or even our YouTube channel as well. Okay, so I posted the link in the chat. So today's session, I think, should be pretty relaxed. Okay, basically what I want to talk about today, it is pretty much like last week. Okay, the context still hasn't changed. All right, so nothing much has changed. Okay, So it is still back to the same thing again and again and again. So what are the things that the market are concerned of right now? Do you mind if you just share with me what are the things that the market is always concerned right now at this moment in time for the past few months already? Can you share with me in the chat? Okay, it is always like the interest rate lah, inflation lah, recession. Correct or not, Tiobo? This three, right? Inflation, potential recession, and also the interest rate. Correct or not? So all right. So if you agree with me, just type yes in the chat, entertain me a bit, or else it seems like I'm just talking to myself, okay? Basically, all these, the things that I mentioned, recession, inflation, interest rate, correct? Still right? All right, so yeah, as usual, the CPI data, just to let you know that we have some important data that is coming out in mid-September, all right? The first one is actually the CPI data that is announcing on the 13th of September. That's next Tuesday. So remember, so for the CPI, there's announcing next week is actually for August inflation data. So as I mentioned, right, so I believe that the inflation rate will stay roughly about the same at about 7 to 8.5%, which I mentioned before in my previous Facebook Live. I don't think we will hit above 9%. So you'll stay within this range. This is just my guesstimate. Okay, I could be wrong, but judging from the inflation, as in judging from the commodity prices, I think should be around there. And also the FOMC statement that is on the 21st of September. In fact, the Jerome Powell will, I think most likely we will hike a 75 basis point on this day itself. That's 0.75%. Again, nothing much has changed. The only thing that changed is actually the probability. So just now I went to the site and checked. Right now, the probability that you will hike 75 basis point, okay, is now 86%. So let me check again. All right, so go to this site over here. I'll post the link in the comments. But to be honest, right, for this, inflation data, interest rate, I think a lot has been priced in already. So this is nothing new already, okay? Because the people are pre-warned that, the Fed will hike 75 basis point. So yes, can you see over here, right? 86% chance that it is going to hike 75 basis points. So I think the market has priced in really. So nothing new unless, the Fed will go above 75 basis point, like 1%, okay, then the market will in a shock. But I don't think so. Or if it is less than 75 basis point, like 50 basis point at 0.5%, I think the market, okay, we will love it and might rally. So if everything is okay, you will stick to the plan 75 basis point. So nothing much has changed. All right, so these two CPI, FOMC data. So as usual, it is this session more of a relook into the things that I have been talking about. Okay, a relook into the bonds, yields, dollar index. Okay, and of course, I'm not sure how many of you here actually look into the VVIX over VX, the ratio. In fact, when the market actually it is turning, okay, let's go to Nasdaq or S&P lah, okay. When the market has been, rallying for the past 3 days, okay, the VVIX ratio has been giving us clue already, okay. How many of you actually, without me saying right now, you are looking it into yourself, as in you're looking it into the ratio and you are able to discover it and find out yourself, okay? If you see the divergence, right, just type me in the comments, or you're looking at the VVIX ratio, so just type me in the comments. If you don't know, if you are new to MarketWise Asia, don't know what's VVIX, doesn't matter. I will go through again later briefly, okay? All right, so giving us some clues already. And actually, before the end of the session, Facebook Live session last week, I actually mentioned that I entered into these XLU. Okay, this utilities sector and one CVS lah. Okay, a stock. Okay, these two are one stock over here. So the reason is because as I mentioned, the seasonal sector, right? So for utilities this month and next month, October, it is actually not too bad, not too bad. Okay, so September for utilities, XLU, utility sector is not too bad. All right, so can see that XLU, okay, basically just sharing with you what I mentioned last Facebook Live towards the end of the session. Okay, so last Facebook Live, okay, I actually entered, okay, this is XLU, this is XLU. Last Facebook Live, I mentioned I entered here, okay. Then towards the end of the session, the market actually came down. So I say, I don't know whether it is going to be heading up or down. If it's hit my stop, then that's it. I mean, I'll just exit. Doesn't matter to me. So I think I'm lucky, okay. And the market actually rebounded over here, okay. And I actually took profit. I actually took profit yesterday on this bar over here. All right. So if you look into my usual indicators, okay. So because price hit right into the R1 resistance level, okay. So that's why I took profit. So this is meant for a swing trade, holding for a few days. I'm happy enough with the profit. I will just run away. Okay, so my risk to reward, it is about 1:1.5, meaning that I risk $1 to get $1.5. And the other one I mentioned last week before the end of my Facebook Live, I mentioned about this CDS over here. I think I entered somewhere around here, okay? So yeah, also again, I'm lucky, okay? So price hit higher back up again, and yeah, so my risk to reward, it is about 1.8, okay? So risk $1 to get back 1.8. Again, this is not meant to be a signal service lah, okay? I mean, just sharing with you what I mentioned last week over here. All right, so today the market, it is still pretty bullish, 2.6%. The Nasdaq one, the S&P is 1.78%. The Dow is 1.38, still going strong right now. So as I mentioned last week, okay, we look into the bonds over here. Okay, the bonds, okay. I usually look at the TLT, as I mentioned previously, the 20-year plus Treasury bonds ETF. So I mentioned last week that as long as price can stay within this zone over here, this range over here, I think we are still pretty fine. There's no pressure on the equities market. So as I mentioned, right, if the yield go up, which means that the bond price, okay, the bond price, okay, go down, okay, the yield will go up, correct? Because they have an inverse relationship, correct? So as long as price stay within this range over here, I think we are fine. So price actually on I think on the 7th of September over here, on this bar over here, price actually broke, So I thought, oh no, sell out, okay, you bring pressure to the equities market, you're going to crash a lot more, but price didn't. Okay, the next day rebounded back up again. So right now we are still within this zone over here. All right, so I think still okay. And for the yield, right? For the yield, it is, let's take a look at the 2-year yield over here. So yeah, we are still not moving much, still stuck at about this 3.5%, 3.45% over here. All right, so my guess is that the market is pricing in that price could do something like this in the coming 1 or 2 weeks or so. All right, and then but the interesting thing is the dollar index. Okay, so all right, how many of you actually remember what I mentioned last week? If you remember what I mentioned last week, just roughly type in the comments or in the chat whatever things just mentioned. Okay, just type in the chat box while I take a sip of water. Have any recollection of what I said last week? Okay, so right now we have about 210 people in the room. So once again, thank you so much for joining me online today. All right, so yeah, so give me a like, share, or comment. Okay, liking is free, doesn't cost you money. Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for the old-time supporters over here, Danny, Pauline, Valerie, Benson, okay? So likely to hit resistance, okay? Danny, a false breakout, topish, that's the words I described, is picking short-term, okay? So yes, I mentioned that the dollar index, if you look at the monthly time frame, naked chart lah, easy to see, naked chart over here. This is a long-term trend of the dollar index. This is actually in a secular downtrend. This is a secular downtrend. All right, we are actually hitting the resistance level, and if looks unsure to you, you can put a line chart. Also pretty easy to see that. So right now we are hitting right smack into this into this resistance level over here, okay? And if you go into the daily time frame over here, okay? So initially I thought, price hit this level over here in July will go down, but price went up one leg higher, okay, one leg higher, and then come back down again. So right now the price action doesn't look too good over here. So it is falling back into, you can see this the blue line is actually the channel, right? So because we zoom down to the daily time frame already. So right now we are back. Okay, so essentially you can see that this is actually the resistance line. Okay, price do a breakout and then a false break up and come back down again. So of course, today the night is still early. There's a potential chance that the price might recover lah. But to me, my basis, my opinion is that price could go down lower some more. And if you can see, right, this is actually also a wash and rinse over here. So this is the wash bar, and then this is the rinse bar. Okay, and let me see my usual indicator over here. Yeah, okay, so it's falling back again. And yes, so which means that when the dollar falls, okay, you bring less pressure to the equities market as well. And of course, which means that previously, right, okay, okay, so let me add the U over here. Can you see that, because this, okay, the orange line is actually the 2-year U, because the Federal Reserve has been actually increasing the interest rate relentlessly for the past few months at the start of the year. All right, US dollar up. The U, as in the U goes up, the US dollar also hitting up, because the U's go up, more investors and traders are demanding for the US dollars, because higher interest rate, so they go and buy bonds or whatever it is. Okay, the demand, once the interest rate go up, the demand for the country will go up. I mentioned before last week, and of course, and US is the reserve currency, so it just kept going up, which means that if the US dollar starts to fall, okay, which means that the market could be signaling, okay, that could be like potential, the US, as in the Fed, might not hike so aggressively, I don't know, next year or so. Okay, so this is just my personal opinion. And if you actually add in the comparing between the S&P 500, okay, so we add the SPY ETF, S&P 500, okay. All right, so generally, okay, at least for the recent correlation, right? The dollar index going up. When the dollar index kept going up, okay, it brings pressure to the equities market as well. All right, so I can see that Pat is asking, right, if DXY is hitting the channel resistance, is it a good idea to long GLD. GLD is actually gold. Yes, I'm also looking at the precious metal. So when the dollar, okay, is falling, okay, because all the the precious metal, they are priced in USD ma. So when the dollar fall, okay, the metals, okay, you appreciate, you go up in value. So potential. So you can see that today actually the the gold, silver and such, they are heading higher a little bit. Okay, so potential for the gold, but just to let you know, okay, like for example, gold is the gold futures. Even though it potentially it could go higher, all right, but you need to know that the long-term trend, not the long-term trend, the current trend, it is still in a downtrend for gold. It's still in downtrend for gold. All right, so the central pivot range has been flat for the past 2 months, about there. So if you really want to go long on gold, I would prefer that price go above the central pivot range, the CPR, or also above the cloud, because the cloud CPR is pretty near together each other. Okay, they are not very far away each other. Okay, let me look at the GDX. Yeah, GDX is also about the same. So GDX is weaker, the gold minus. Okay, so I hope that I answered a question on that. Okay, Pat. Okay, so yeah, this is the things that on the bonds, yield, and dollar index. So nothing much has changed. I'm still looking at these few things. Okay, so if everything it is you understand so far, just type OK. Just type OK in the comments. All right. So right now we have about 125 people in the room. Thank you so much for joining me. Give me a like, share, or comments. Liking is free, doesn't cost you money. If you enjoyed my content so far, at any point in time, okay, if you think that I'm giving you good content, good knowledge, right? Just give me a like, share, or comments, okay? I really appreciate that. But if you subscribe to our YouTube channel also, right, you really, help us a lot. And like also on the YouTube channel, help to broadcast to more people out there, okay, on YouTube. Okay, so let's go to the VVIX over here. So VVIX over VIX is also one of the market internals that I'm looking at to give me a clue. Okay, so for those who has been with me, I think you should know about this VVIX already. Okay, for those who don't know, I think today is not a time for me to explain all this lah. So I won't explain. Basically, okay, VIX you should know, right? Okay, the fear index. Okay, the VVIX is the volatility of VIX, is the volatility of volatility. Okay, so it's a market internals that are used to kind of track whether it is, market is in a fearful stage, in a complacent stage, or you can treat it as an overbought. Okay, like the top over here, overbought, okay, or oversold. All right, and you can also use it for looking for divergence as well. Okay, can. So this is the VVIX ratio, VVIX over VIX. All right, so I'll add in the S&P 500 for comparison. Okay, over here. So when the market is actually, heading up, okay, the VVIX is also going up. That's good. Coming down, it is coming down. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you guys can spot any divergence or not. Okay, so for the past few days, before the market, okay, the below is the S&P 500. So this is the comparison over here. Okay, can you guys spot divergence here? I think two days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. Can you spot divergence? If you can spot the divergence, right, from just purely on this line chart alone, just type D in the comments. Just type D in the comments. Just type D in comments. Can or not? Not big enough. Can spot divergence or not? Nico, Budi, Ken, CK. If you cannot spot, it's okay. It's okay. Just type no in the comments. It's fine as well. If you cannot spot, just type no in the comments. Okay, yeah, Valerie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Valerie. You say cannot see. It is fine, it's fine. Okay, so as I say today, I think we have time now, so just keep it relaxed lah. I don't have to go through so fast on my content. Can All right, so so can you see that market coming down? Okay, this one also coming down, right? Can see So right now this is the thing. Okay, so while the S&P 500 it is going down over here, can see or not? Here can see the VIX IX is actually going up here. Okay, which means that the market continue to go down lower here. The VIX is actually going higher. Yes, Kyler is saying small divergence. Yes, small divergence is good enough already. I don't need a very kind of obvious divergence, okay, to me. So I monitor this. So there is a divergence over here. So while the market is going up over here, so somewhere around here, let me draw a vertical line over here. So go back to this. Okay, so oops, I think I drew the wrong line over here. Never mind. So let's go back to the S&P 500. So on this day, 1st September, I think 1st September. Okay, so it is somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here. All right. Yeah, and then I enter into some of these positions as well. So this is meant for a short-term trade over here. Can small divergence. So potentially, I was thinking that, hey, there's a potential that price could change already. And actually, if you recall what I said previously, I think I'm not sure how many of you caught it. Okay, I said that it is not a time to go short because market is really very oversold already. It doesn't make sense to go short. Okay, of course you want to go short, go long for swing trade is fine, but I'm more inclined towards long for the swing trade. Okay, so this is for short-term swing trade. But again, don't get me wrong, overall, the market is still in a downtrend. Nothing much has changed. We are still in a downtrend. I do not repeat for how many times already, okay? Sorry for if you think that I'm always repeating the same things, because I really scared, people, there are new people watching me and they think they know, hey, Alex is going up, it's going to turn. No, long-term wise, okay, in terms of months, we are still in a downtrend. So in my usual indicators, okay, all right. Okay, right now, we are, even though above the cloud at the CPR there, okay, but, if you look at the weekly time frame, we are still below the cloud. Long-term wise, we are still below the cloud. Okay, can you see that price hit this cloud level over here and then come back down? Okay, even if you go to the daily time frame, okay, I want price to stay above the central pivot range for 2 consecutive months. Oh, again, I also mentioned earlier. Okay, I mean, this is just repeating. Nothing much has changed. Where is it? Okay, price need to stay above this green line for 2 consecutive months. All right, this month, even though like last month up above, but immediately this month it is down, so not counted. So I think at least until November, okay, September, October, if 2 consecutive months, then November, then will be 2 consecutive months. Okay, so nothing much has changed. Long-term wise, we are still in a downtrend. So judging from this right now, right, so where is the potential support and resistance right now? So if you ask me right now whether it is a good time to go long right now, this is not a good time now. Okay, you want to long, you should long like 2 or 3 days ago. Now after when price is up 3 days already, okay, it is a bit chasing really lah, okay? And we are hitting resistance level pretty soon, okay? So if you haven't had a position, okay, I would suggest not to go long now lah, okay? I would suggest not to go long, okay? Don't go long, don't go long right now, okay? So I use a volume profile to check where is the potential support and resistance area once again. So, you know, this was okay, so this is the strong impulse leg up and then a strong impulse down also, okay? It's like a inverse V. So use this within this period of time from the mid of June until both the swing low over here, this swing low, okay, this swing low over here, and use the volume profile. So volume profile is telling me, okay, this is the point of control. This is the price where there is the most volume transacted point of control over here. And when price hit that level, there's a chance that, you know, price will be resisted at this level. So this is going to be a heavy resistance, a heavy, supply zone over here. So that is at about 4135, okay, about 4135 on the H. All right, 4135 over here. 4135. Can you just type 4135 over here? This is based on the S&P 500 futures. So S&P 500, the ticker is actually ES, S&P 500 futures. Because only the futures give you the volume. If you use the spot index, the cash index, they do not have volume. So if you go to SPX, you see that there's no profile volume over here. Okay. So it's the ES, S&P 500, 4135. Okay. For the Nasdaq, all right, it is also the same. You can see the point of control. It is at about 12940. About that, okay? 12940. 12940. So when price hit that level, okay, be prepared that there will be some resistance or some selling over there. Okay, of course, right now from here, there could be some pocket of chances, opportunity, or other tickers that you can go long, but you know, we are somewhere around there already. Okay, somewhere around there already. Okay, and if you add in my usual indicator, the central pivot range and cloud, can you see that? Okay, the volume profile, the 4135 coincide with the central pivot range, upper range over here. Okay, the green dotted line over here. I'm not sure you can see it. Okay, but if you cannot see, never mind, it's okay. So the CPR top range is about there, right? 4135 about there also. So I don't know. I mean that right now, if you long, you really have to be fast in, fast out. So be careful. And right now we are already hitting the pivot point already for the S&P 500. So there could be also, you know, some resistance right now today. So can you see price today actually touch the pivot point there, okay, and then come back down a little bit, okay. And then for the Nasdaq, okay, the upper range also within the central pivot range over here, the 12940 about there, okay, also hitting the CPR. So the CPR and the volume profile coincide. So that will be the heavy resistance. Okay, so yeah, if you understand what I'm trying to say, okay, just type understand, type U in the comment, understand, just type understand in the comments, type U, okay, entertain me. Yeah, so we are about there already. Okay, so for me personally, I entered into uranium. So uranium, so I think yesterday, is it yesterday? 7th of September, 2 days ago, uranium. Right, one of the position that I entered, uranium. Some of the metals are going strong also. So this was the impulse move over here. Impulse move, okay, then do a kind of range tight range and then go up again. So of course today not the best of the day. Okay, it is just slightly positive red candle, but I think it's fine lah. I'm still in profit right now. So can look at some of the methods. I'll go through some of the things that I'm looking at right now. So you rename this one. Again, don't copy me. I'm just sharing with you what I do. Just one of the position that I have. All right, uranium and yeah. So VVIX divergence. So right now the VVIX ratio, okay, it is still going higher. So no sign of negative divergence as of now. Okay, as of now. Okay. So I think so. Right now, I think it is still okay. Still okay. All right. So right now, I think it's still okay. For now, my personal opinion. Okay. So I covered that. And oh yeah, the utilities, as I mentioned, right? So it is also working out nicely for this XLU versus the SPY ratio. XLU versus SPY over here. So has been going ever since my last Facebook Live. Price has been going higher. Not price. The ratio has been going higher, and of course, pull back time a little bit. So if again, just a recap, if the market, the utilities can continue to go higher and touch this resistance zone over here, okay, I think there's a potential chance that then the market might continue to rally even higher in the coming months or so. Because as I mentioned, right, this is the all right. So this is the ratio chart over here. Every time the market it is in a correction or crash mode, right? The utilities, okay, will go up, will go up, will go up. So I won't repeat again. So yeah, you can go back to my previous Facebook Live and take a look. Okay, so this is working out so far okay. So I'm happy with this kind of response from the XLU utilities. And moving into October, as I mentioned, right, XLU utilities is pretty strong also. So I think utilities still have potential. Okay, and yeah, and talking about that, right? So just one data to share with you, right? So this year, all right, 2022 November, it is the US midterm election. So this is going to be a year, Joe Biden will, the crowd will decide whether Joe Biden will be re-elected as the president. And historically, right, the S&P has been higher, okay, a year after the midterm election every time. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this chart with you right now. You guys can see, right? So this is the top stocks tend to do quite well after the midterm election. So, the previous midterm election was 2018. So this time is 2022. So Joe Biden was elected on the 2020. Okay, so you can see that every single year, 1 year after the midterm election, it is positive. So far, no negative so far. All right. So there's a chance, okay, heading into November, December next year, 1 year onwards, right? Okay, stocks might do okay. Okay, again, this might there's some kind of a clash or people are worried about the recession and such lah. Okay, we shall see how it goes. But as a swing trader myself, position trader, I don't really see so far here lah. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, that kind. As long within the next few weeks, within the next few months, okay, I have a position. I can see like the trend where is it going. I think that is good enough. All right, that is good enough. So this is going to share with you right now. Okay, so yeah, I think if everything is okay so far, you understand what I'm talking about. The bonds, you, okay, VVIX ratio, XLU, SPY, okay, and S&P 1 year performance, everything's okay. Okay, just type okay in the comments. Okay, before I move on to the next one. Okay, just type okay in the comments. All right, and once again, before I go to the next one, okay, the number one candlestick pattern to stay away before I go into that, okay, if you find value in this Facebook Live, just give me a like, share, or comment. And okay, we have this Market Insights Virtual Summit, all right, coming on the 29th and 30th of October. Okay, we have Tom Basso as the keynote speaker. I'll post the link in the chat. You can also see the link on your screen, okay, if you're watching this on a replay. And this is the page over here. Tom Basso, pre-register now. We are going to give you bonus report and material, and you will receive it much earlier than the rest of the people. Okay, so pre-register just right now, first name, email, and mobile, and you are good to go. Mobile is just for SMS reminder if you are residing in Singapore. Okay, if you are a foreign number, we won't send you the reminder. Okay, all right. The event is free, totally free, proudly sponsored by IG. Okay, we want as many people as possible to go for this event. Then, okay, we have agenda now. Then, we have more sponsorship from other brokers, other financial institutions. Then we can continue this MarketWise Asia business, and I can continue to give you, the Facebook Live, the insights every single week. All right. There is asking which one is a stronger indication of an uptrend, above the cloud or 2 months above the CPR. All right, so you have to look at the context. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer. Okay, if price above the cloud, give me a moment now. Let me set my settings first. All right, so let's take a look at the S&P 500. Okay, so you can see that you can see that price has broke above the cloud, but it can be a false break. It can be a false break, and then price come back down again. All right, and you have to look in the context. Are you looking into the daily cloud or into the weekly cloud? If you look at different time frame, you will have different perspective. All right, if you look at the weekly time frame, all right, we are still in a downtrend. All right, if you look at the 2-day time frame, all right, we are almost there, hit the cloud. Okay, and then trying to recover back up again to the cloud. So once again, can you see over here? Okay, this dotted line over here, right? This is going to be a strong resistance, 4135. Okay, 4135. Okay, and it is the same as the volume profile. Cloud resistance, volume profile, central pivot range, all there. Okay, so short-term wise, if price hit that level, this is going to be a huge resistance there. Okay, yeah, but if you look at the central pivot range for 2 consecutive months, this is based on historical data lah. Okay, where is it? I also mentioned before, this is just by eyeballing empirical evidence that, when price is above at least two CPR, 2 consecutive months, okay, a price above, okay, there's a high chance that, it could be a real uptrend instead of just looking at the cloud itself. So personally, I would prefer to give me a confirmation that it's going to be a uptrend. I would prefer to look into the 2 consecutive months above the central pivot range, 2 consecutive months above the central pivot range. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. All right, so let's head back right now over here. So the number 1 candlestick pattern to stay away. Actually, I mentioned before already. Do you know the answer or not? So nowadays, right, if I see this candlestick pattern, all right, I will always be skeptical. Okay, I won't rush in or see this candlestick pattern. I'll go and buy, especially if you are against the trend and if you see this candlestick pattern. Do you know what is this candlestick pattern? All right, so just share with me in the comments. Yes, okay, I see the answer already. Hammer, shooting star, bullish pin bar. Okay. Hammer. Okay, it is inverse. It is either one, a hammer. Okay, the reverse is actually shooting star. Okay, the reverse is actually shooting star. All right. or I can call it a pin bar. Some people give it different name. Pin bar can be a shooting star and also hammer. All right, so I'm not sure about you. When I first started to know about technical analysis, okay, if you read through the TA books, they always talk about candlestick pattern. Talk about candlestick pattern one. All right. So if you go and watch any YouTube video on candlestick pattern, the most normal one people always talk about is camel, shooting star, pin bar, and all this lah. All right, 逃不过的 is always the same thing. Okay, but if you realize that, in my Facebook Live and all this, in fact I don't talk about using a trigger using a candlestick pattern. And if you look at many of those really professional traders, they are making money one, like Mark Minervini or those US trading champion. Okay, they have the statistic competition. Okay, they don't talk about candlestick pattern one. Nobody talk about candlestick pattern as a trigger point. Okay, of course you can look at that, but really their entry trigger most likely is not on candlestick pattern one. And the one that I don't like is on this candlestick pattern, right? Is based on experience. Okay, previously I don't know about you, when you go and read TA textbook technicals, they say, oh, hammer. By the way, it is hammer. It is like this, hammer candlestick pattern. All right. So shooting star is different. It's like this lah. Okay, so maybe you can just go through that hammer candlestick pattern over here. All right. So open new tab. Okay, so can see, right? So this is a bullish hammer. So textbook always say, wow, in a downtrend or price has been down for a bit of time, then we see a bullish pattern. There's a potential that price will go like that. Okay, you always hear that lah. But personally, I tried that. Okay, I feel that it doesn't work for me, and I think the chance is only 50-50. I feel that there's no edge. Okay, my opinion is that there's no edge. Okay, there's no edge. There is no edge for me, right? I'm not sure about you. I think that it can be quite controversial. Okay, personally, I won't like to use it. Okay, I'm not sure about you. What is your experience using the hammer and the shooting star and pin bar? Okay, I don't see an edge. Okay, maybe I use it incorrectly, but personally, I can't make it work for me. If you have this kind of experience, right? If you agree with me, just type agree in the comments. Okay, if you don't agree with me, it is fine as well. Okay, right? There's no right or wrong answer. All right. So Pat say works for you. Okay, fantastic. So for me, for example, like as I mentioned in my Telegram channel over here, right? So this was the one that I mentioned over here. Okay, so like that, right? Last week I mentioned that the XLE, the pin bar hammer could be a trap to fake traders. Okay, so this scenario has happened. So let's go to this XLE over here. Energy sector over here lah. Of course, there will be times where it works. Okay, there will be times it doesn't work. So for me, most of the time it doesn't work for me. I don't know why lah. All right, so XLE over here. So this was the pin bar that I mentioned, correct? Where this, not the most obvious pin bar, but to me it is still a pin bar to me. It's still a pin bar to me. A lot of times, when newbie traders see a pin bar, a hammer, they get excited. And then break above the high. Then I buy over here. And I buy. Okay. So after they buy, price get flushed down. All right, hit their low. Okay, and then goes back up again. Okay. A lot of times, the hunting of the low can be quite deep. So most likely a high chance that you will stop out one. If you're doing swing trading, you get stop out one, and then price move back up again. All right, so this is one example over here. You can see over here like this over here. So some people call it a doji, but I will still call it a pin bar. Okay, so this is a hammer, pin bar. Okay, not the nicest, but I will still consider it a pin bar. After that, price break above. Okay, trap you to go long, and price come back down again. All right, and then move higher again. All right, so maybe you can use the most classic one. Okay, it's recently only, I think it's these few days, last week. Can you see or not? Can you see or not? Some traders will see, oh, some traders will see like this, okay? So this is the Nasdaq 100 index. So most newbie traders, how were they taught to draw support and resistance level? How were they taught? So they ask, draw horizontal line, draw horizontal line. So, right, horizontal line, they will draw here. All right. Oh, so this was the prior swing high over here, now turn into a support area, broken already, come back down, will act as a support area. So this was the previous, resistance, Okay, now come back down over here. All right. Oh yes, I see a freaking pin bar. I see a freaking pin bar over here. Can see or not? I zoom in again. Can see or not? This pin bar over here. Then it fake the traders to go long. Pin bar, hammer, bullish. Okay, I go buy. Go buy. Because you see, price break the pin bar high, go up a little bit, and then flush them down again. Hit the low over here, and then price go back up again. All right. So Ivan say a true pin bar has small body and a long way. Yes lah. Okay. Yes. Definition somewhere around there, but this is definitely a pin bar. Okay, the one that I'm showing right now on Nasdaq, definitely a pin bar. Confirm is a pin bar, a hammer. Okay, but again, I mean that you need to know the concept. Okay, don't be so fixated about the actual, whether it's a candle, hammer, or doji. Okay, not so important, but you get the concept. I mean that right. Okay, it is because a lot of traders are being taught that hammers is a bullish candlestick pattern. All the literature on YouTube, textbook, all talk about hammer candlestick pattern. Okay, regurgitate the same thing over and over again. Okay, I can't fault those educators because these are the things that traders want to learn, want to hear. All right, no choice. If you want to be a content creator, you have to create content that people want to read. Candlestick pattern, a lot of people want to read. Okay, and you can't run away with hammer. So once again, this is like hammer. You figure out and flush you out. And of course, you might be saying that, Alex, you are just cherry picking. There are things that there are certain pin bar that it works like that. Okay, this pin bar over here, it works and such like. So for me, personally, okay, as long as I see a pin bar, I tend to be more skeptical. All right. So again, you can go in, but I will always be skeptical, especially against the trend. Don't rush in when you see a hammer candlestick pattern like this one also fail again. Okay, come down, pin bar, go up, then flush down, come back again. All right. Okay. Of course, the second one work, but all right, but eventually got a bit, okay, flush down again. That kind, because you're also against the trend. All right. So for example, like maybe let's see Tesla for example. Tesla recently, okay, Tesla, okay, small hammer over here, goes up a little bit, get flushed down again, and then a hammer over here. Okay, this is the one, this bar over here, the hammer over here. If you enter, break the previous bar high, flush down, come back down, okay, and go back up again, right? Of course, the second one works. So to me, it's like 50-50, 50-50. All right. Again, you might not agree with me. It can be controversial, but my suggestion to me, if you are new to me, is that always be skeptical of a pin bar, a hammer, or a shooting star. Okay? If you are with me, okay, just type OK in the comments. Okay? So that's my advice to you. Okay? You don't have to agree with me, but if you choose to follow me, then type OK in the comment. Don't be so eager to enter into a pin bar. Okay? All right. So this is based on my experience. Okay, I've never made pin bar or hammer candlestick pattern work for me. Okay, the reason is actually very simple. Okay, you just go and think about it. All right, if you are a hedge fund manager financial institution, the smart money, okay, you know what the retails are thinking. All right, you know what the retails are thinking. Okay, let's say the retails will always wait for chance to buy above the pin bar over here. Okay, so let's say if you are a hedge fund, okay, you know this how the retails work, right? So you just fake them out lah. Okay, you just fake them out. You want to, let's say you want to accumulate more on Tesla. You want to accumulate more on Tesla. So you just previously fake the price pattern out a little bit. Okay, make them want to make them want to buy into certain stocks, equities, whatever it is, security. Make them buy. Okay, then flush them down already. Okay. And where do all the retail will place their stock? Where will they place their stock? Where will they place their stock? Okay, most likely, let's say for example on this bar over here, most likely they'll place their stop loss, okay, somewhere below the low of this pin bar, right? Correct or not? And if you buy, if you want to set a stop loss, what do you need to do? Okay, there's no such thing as a stop loss button. You have to place a stop sell order, correct or not? A stop sell order, correct or not? Stop sell order. So this is a stop loss. Basically, it's a stop loss, stop sell. So once price break below the low over here, okay, and you exited. All right. So this is where there is a lot of liquidity over here. Liquidity over here. Liquidity. QUIDIDY. So because all the cluster of orders is all below here. Let's say if the hedge fund manager want to buy huge load of Tesla, for example, okay, they cannot just like immediately buy like that. You push the price up. So what will you do? Okay, if you want to sell, somebody has to buy from you, correct or not? If you want to sell, okay, somebody has to buy from you, okay? And there are a lot of sell orders over here, just below the low over here, all right? So if the smart money, the huge money want to buy, okay, they'll buy here lah. They push down already, all the stop loss, all trigger over here, then they can buy all they want because there are a lot of liquidity there. So once they fulfill the orders already, then they can start to push out already. Okay, so that's the reason why whenever I see this kind of price action hammer, I'll be always skeptical. Okay, because there's a lot of liquidity. The smart money knows where all those retail traders place their stop lah. Okay, if you understand what I'm trying to explain to you, all this liquidity order and everything, okay, just type you in the comment. So yeah, so I need some response. Okay, just entertain me response. So I just to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about. All right, because there is really a lot of liquid order just below the pin bar, because every Tom, Dick, and Harry new traders, when they go and read candlestick pattern, they are definitely confirmed talk about candle like hammer, shooting star. Okay, understand or not? Understand? Fantastic. All right, so I think I saw a question over here. Is this related to wash and rinse? No, Kim. Wash and rinse is not. It's not about candlestick pattern or pin bar. It is based on price action. Okay. It's not my time here to explain to you, but it is not. Okay, it's not a candlestick pattern. Is there any candlestick pattern that you believe in? Okay. I don't really believe in any candlestick pattern. So yeah, if you ask me, yes, this is a good question. I don't really believe in any candlestick pattern. What morning star lah, harami lah, what else? What tree doji lah, the monkey jump over the wall lah, the hippopotamus fly over that bridge lah. I don't really believe in yeah, so I don't do that. So I mean that, but again, I need to reiterate okay. If you are a new trader, it is good that you understand, go and read whatever technicals book that is available in the market the candlestick pattern that's in the market, go and read all of them. Understand what the mass retail traders are reading, watching, understand their psychology. Okay, so before you can first break the rules, right, you need to understand the rule first. Okay, I repeat, before you break the rules, you need to understand the rule first. So you need to understand the psychology. Where are they most likely to place their stop loss? Where are they most likely, to enter into a position? Where is their pain point? Where do you think most likely they will exit? Where do you think they will, take profit and such? Once you know their psychology, understand their amateurish method to enter the market, then you know, maybe I can trade against them. That kind. You understand what I'm trying to say? All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you understand in cup handle pattern? I know a lot of this US trading competition group. They follow the canceling method. So they believe in the cup and handle. For me, I don't really follow a cup and handle. It is good to see, to have, but I don't usually, trade cup and handle. So it's not my, cup with handle is not my cup of tea lah. Pun intended lah. Okay, so I don't usually look at that. All right. So Vanessa is asking, so is it now good time to buy US share? If you're asking me about longer term time frame, the answer is no lah. Right now we are still in a downtrend. Overall longer term time frame, we are still in a longer term downtrend. So like this, okay, we are still in a downtrend. If you look at weekly time frame, we are still in a downtrend. So don't be so eager to buy US share right now if you're intending to hold for like more than 6 months to 1 year, that kind of time frame. Okay. If you are looking to trade intraday, swing trading, holding for a few days, I think okay. I think still got potential that market can go higher within the next few days or so. That kind of, I think maybe hit there, price will have a resistance and come back down again, that kind. Okay. So it depends on your context. Are you a long-term investor or just a swing trader holding for a few days, that kind? If you're holding for a few days, I think maybe still can, but long-term, not yet. Not yet. All right. Pauline is asking, will you be entering PSIL soon? Actually, I entered already. Okay, PSIL I entered already. PSIL, the psychedelic, I entered already. So yeah, my entry is not the best. It's not the best. I entered somewhere around here. To be honest, a bit FOMO lah. Okay, but again, I understand my context. So my context, I'm a position trader. Okay, so price need to at least break below that kind of a swing low over here. Okay, somewhere around here, then I will exit lah. So I still got some buffer. Okay, holding for more than 6 months, that kind. All right. Okay, so I entered already. So right now it is still a bit underwater, but yes, I have entered into this psychedelic ETF. But again, for the fellow traders and investors here, please don't copy me. I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I will just exit. I will just cut my losses. Okay, can? All right. So yeah, I know there are people. Okay, follow other people, then buy already. They don't cut loss on it. Even if they are wrong, they still don't cut loss. Die hold on to that kind of a losing trade. Yes. Okay. So don't copy me. All right. Another one that I'm looking at is actually the cannabis. MSOS. Looks pretty good today. All right. I might enter. This is more for position trading. Cannabis, which I mentioned previously also. In fact, there is a wash and rinse on this cannabis ETF, marijuana. Again, please don't copy me. You want to enter, don't enter, it's up to you. I haven't entered, okay? If I enter already, I also won't tell you until maybe next week, all right? So please do your own due diligence. Can or not? Can? If okay, if can, okay? Singlish, if can, okay? Just type can in the comments, okay? Singapore style, Singlish. Right? Can, just type can in the comments. Change the words lah, change the words. All right. So I think we are about there already. 1 hour and 7 minutes. 1 hour, just nice, just nice. Can can. Singlish can. Okay, market is still bullish today. All right. So yeah. So that's all for today's session over here. So if you enjoy what I shared today, if you find it useful, right, just type value in the comments. Just type value in the comments, right? Give me some support, give me some love, okay? All right. If you're talking about the sectors that I'm looking at, I forget to share. Okay, one last word, forget to share. So the sectors that I'm looking at coming week and month, right? I'm looking at the financial sector, All right, financial sector. Can see that moving into October, I think we are still a bit early, but moving into October, you can see that financial and of course utility are still pretty strong. And if you look at the financial sector, all right, the price action looks bullish. Of course, right now we are hitting into resistance, the central range, but I'm not asking you to buy now, but I think potentially I will be looking into the XLF, the financial sector. And of course, nothing else has changed. The psychedelic and then the cannabis, I'm still looking at it. Okay, I'm still looking at it. All right. So I think, yeah, thank you so much for all the value. So appreciate all the support here. So with that, I'm going to end my session. So one last thing, the Market Insights Virtual Summit, please go and register if you haven't. It is free. I'm going to send you bonus material. So get much earlier than the rest of people. So the link is over here. All right. So I'll post the link in the comments. So with that, I thank you so much with your time with me today. So Friday evening, have a good weekend, and I will see you again next week. All right. So thank you so much. Good night, An, and bye bye.